Last week, NIO stock was down 9%. It's down 6.5% in the last month, but it is up 54% in the last 3 months. So NIO has been trending up recently, but it looks as if now it has hit resistance at this key level of 771. So big question is now, is it the right time to buy NIO, or should you wait for more confirmation? In this video, I'll answer that question and conduct a price analysis for NIO stock. Let's take a look. Now, if you find value in my analysis of NIO stock today or other stocks on my channel, you may also find value in my email newsletter. If you subscribe, I'll share with you professional trading tips to help you make more profits trading stocks. Link down below, check it out. Starting on the monthly chart for NIO stock and assessing the big picture for this EV company, we can see since the all-time high of around $66 back in January 2021, this stock has been trending down. It has been bearish for around about 4 years. And you can see the monthly bars just falling away eventually into this significant low of $3. And that trough was formed this year in April before the current trend has now started. Big question is now, is it a counter trend to the overall bear trend? It's looking good right now, but we don't have that confirmation until that price breaks above this key level of $771, $8, which it touched in the last few weeks. So it's looking promising. We don't have the confirmation just yet. Looking at the monthly bars, we can see the trend has been down over the last 4 years. Each time it's fallen away, it has found support temporarily for a few months before trending back up, breaking a number of confirmed downtrend lines. Confirming the trend did change for a few months, only for NIO to face more selling pressure and fall away once again. Here we can see another counter trend after it fell into $7 support. It did get bought back up to make this new peak of around $16 back in August 2023, only for the sellers to take control once again, sell off the stock into this low here of $3.50. Big bullish month for NIO, September 2024, so over a year ago now, before it was bearish again, got sold off into this trough of $3. And right now, it does look as if this $3 is the low for NIO in terms of the recent price action. Since that low of $3, it did move up, came back to form a higher base around 330. Very bullish month in July this year, followed by a bullish month in August and a third bullish month in September. So we can see, and if I zoom in a bit here so you can see clearer, since that low, there was a bit of selling pressure for 2 months. NIO held up well, and then we've had 3 big green bars, 3 bullish months for NIO in a row, July, August and September. So right now we're obviously in October, and it does look as if now we're halfway through the month. It does look as if now October might be a red bar for NIO. And this is not surprising. You know, we've had 3 months in a row of bullish price actions, and NIO might be taking a breather for October. And it does correspond with this significant price level of 771. So in theory, 3 months up, October down, maybe during November, December, NIO is going to push up and break through this key level and move on towards $16. That's possible. The other possibility is that this level is too strong and NIO may fall away back into support around about $4.50 perhaps. That's one scenario. Over on the weekly chart, we can see how NIO has been trending since that $3 low. We can see it is making consecutive higher highs and higher lows, confirming there is a medium-term trend in place. Each time NIO breaks up, it does face some selling pressure, but you can see each time it falls back, it creates this higher base at higher price levels, confirming the buyers are in control overall in the last 3 to 4 months. It broke the trend line here during July, 3 bullish weeks up here, had a breather, came back to test 440, very bullish week here in August, really pushed up higher. Once again, there was some selling pressure when it reached this point here, about 680. Had that week down there, and then we had a big reversal bar during that week of September. Found support here at about 560 and pushed back up. Now, the last sort of 5 weeks, it has been coming close to this key level of 771, corresponding to this resistance here from this previous peak formed about a year ago now in September 2024. So you can see this week here had a good go, bullish price action. It closed high, but then the following week, sellers came in. And if I zoom in a bit, you can see selling pressure here. There was a red down buy, closed low 3 weeks ago. And then 2 weeks ago, there was more buying. So very positive for NIO. It did break through the 771 level. It made a high of $8 and it closed high. This week was looking really promising for NIO because it did close high, it did break through that level, and it could have then moved up. But sellers came back in the week after there was a down bar. So just confirming there is a lot of selling around about this key level here of 771, $8. Now the week just gone, so Friday just closed, it was a down bar. So more selling pressure. It opened at about $7 and then it closed about 671. There was a low of about 620 and then it did close about halfway up the bar. So not awfully bearish last week for NIO, but we need to see more buying next week to confirm that this price is going to move up and challenge this level once again. Over on the daily chart, we can see how each day unfolds the last few weeks. So we can see, if we look at Friday, so 2 weeks ago, so the last 10 trading days, Monday, Tuesday, and also Wednesday and Thursday, it was trading around about the level of resistance. But then on the Friday, a week ago, it did fall away. A lot of selling. And the week closed out bearish. Now, last week, we can see inside bar on the Monday and then Tuesday. So a bit of indecision here. Wednesday, a little bit of buying, but not much. And then Thursday, there was a big reversal bar. It did trade down to touch 627. Obviously, some orders sitting there. And it did reverse on the Thursday, which is positive. And then Friday was an inside bar. So you can see here, this low, we don't want that to be tested next week. We do need to see more buys coming in if price is going to move up and challenge this level once again and break through. Now you can see on the weekly chart here, I've marked up a key few price levels. We've got that 771 resistance there. We've also got $3 down here, $3.35 and $4.45. These levels, sort of minor levels, have been tested a few times over the last few months. Now, most recently, I marked up this level of $6.30. You can see a few times it did test it and face resistance here back in February 2024 in these 2 weeks here. And if we come across, we can see that price did fall into that level last week, found some support, and price did move back up. So overall price was down, but it didn't fall through that level. So the question is, is that a level of support? Are we going to see that level hold up next week and NIO move back up and test this level once again? We'll find out next week how much buying interest there is in this stock and commitment to get it through this level and then potentially move up to $16. There's not a whole lot of resistance between 7 and 16. You might get some here at about 960 with this little peak here. But if it gets through here, it might be on a longer term run then. And this trend is going to sort of change from a medium term trend into a longer term trend over 6 months. So right now, if you're thinking of buying NIO, if you're long term, 5-10 years, and you believe in this company, it's good value at $7, $6 even. It is good value. Many of you have been in this stock a long time. Some of you bought in the last 12 months, down in these areas here, or following the trend line break, and you'll be in profit right now. But obviously NIO has a lot more to gain. It's way off its all-time high. It's potentially undervalued compared to other companies based on its Chinese location. Based on the previous reversals at key levels, it may be wise to wait for confirmation for this price during the week to break above this key level here and close the other side. So that possibly could be $7.70 or even $8. We can see here it did move up here and reach a high there, $8.02 3 weeks ago. So that's very positive. I think a close above $8 for the week would give you confidence that it has broken through and it wants to move higher. And if you're looking longer term to get into this stock, you may want to wait for a monthly close above that key level to buy into NIO. So wait for that green bar to form here and close around about 8.15, 8.20 would be a good marker, well above this line here. So a close there, and then you could hold it over the medium term to 16, or even long term up towards these higher levels of $30 to $40. That's a real possibility. But right now, patience is key to get a good price for NIO, and just avoid the possibility that the selling is too strong here and we might see price fall away to test these levels. So let me know what you think in the comments. Are you in NIO right now? What do you think of the last 4 weeks and the resistance at this level? Do you think it's going to break through in the next few months? Thanks for watching.